Hello, I'm Elizabeth Holloman, your Kintsugi life coach. Today I would like to talk about two things which are sort of related, but they are happened, at two different. Well, let me just explain to you. Initially, I wanted to do a video to talk about appreciation and the idea that the appreciation is a two-way traffic, and that appreciation is the one that increases the abundance. So if you are on the receiving end and you always tend to forget that if you get, it is not enough to just say thank you very much, may God make, like how we Africans are, and may God make it possible for you to make more so that you can get more, or to make more so that the person can have more abundance. But in order for you, the person who is getting this, to get more abundance and maybe to get out of the role of taking, you may also need to give back. And giving back is a sacrifice. What is it that I have? Because if the person that is giving also sacrificed, what am I myself sacrificing? Either to give back or to give to somebody else. That is how the way the law of abundance does. It is an appreciation. And appreciation is not enough just to speak it with the words. It is with action. So if you've been the person that has always been taking and you have forgotten to appreciate, to give back, then you're going to find that every other time you are going to be at the same position. You're not going to be moving, because the law of abundance is waiting for you to do something different, to make a difference somewhere. And making a difference somewhere, sometimes it takes more than just words. It takes action. So this is one of the incidents that happened. Now, if you want to take another jump to what happened today, I'm having a patient right now that I'm looking after, somebody that I really love, that is not based here where I am, but based in approximately more than 3,000 kilometers away. But nonetheless, I have that responsibility for this person. So today I get a call from the hospital. The person is terribly stressed. He's a very old man, terribly stressed with the new situation that he's going to get to be operated on. And his major problem was he's not even talked to his family. Am I going to be alive? Am I going to die? So in all this stress, I had to convince him, giving that assurance, if anything happens, we'll be there, and that I'm on standby and stuff like that. And eventually he did accept, with the doctor, that the operation be done. But on one condition, that I get in touch with the sister. Now, the most interesting thing is, sister is also just as old as himself, so above 80, doesn't speak a word of English. And there I have to talk to her. So I call her, and it so happens that she's alone in Portugal. I don't speak her language. So what happens is I'm really desperate, because he's not going to do he's not going to have the operation done until he gets to talk to the sister. So what do I do? Oh, interesting. There are these apps that we have, and I just thought, most likely you could find also an app that could do the trick. So what I did, I went into my Play Store and I did find an app that I downloaded, that I could speak, and it translated. So I called her back, and I kind of pressed so that she could hear the translation. So it was just two messages: please call your brother very urgently, and of course the telephone number. Yes, but in the process I thought, oh good, that is now done. I'm so proud of myself for having the idea with the app, and I thought, fantastic. Only did it occur to me, oh, could it be that I've rolled off more problems than I intended to? And true to God, that is what happened. She did call the brother, and she was in a worse situation now than she was before, also a very sick person, which meant that I have two older people on me that are terribly ill and are terribly distressed. And one of them I cannot be able to talk to, because she doesn't speak the same language that I do. So in this process, I was also distressed, because I was like, how can you now, how can you now stop this? So she calls me after she had spoken, and she's talking to me in her language, and I'm like, oh God, I can't understand her. So what I did is I looked at our local papers, found somebody that can do the translation. I said, sorry, whatever it's going to call, I need to know what this lady's saying. So I called this person, and now this is the catch where I want to get to the appreciation part. I called this person. his name comes up as first in the list, and I call him, and I'm terribly distressed as well. I'm not talking clearly so that he can understand what is it that I want. So eventually, out of all this, he puzzles out and he says, "You'd like me to talk to your mother-in-law?" I said, "Yes, please. I'd like you to find out from her what is it that she was telling me so that I can be able to respond and to be able to attend to it." So he said, "No problem, then I'm going to call." And I asked him, "So how much is this going to cost?" "No, let me just call first. But mark you, this person, I've never met him before. I just got his name from the yellow pages on the internet." So what he does is he goes on and he calls this lady, and because I'd already explained the background, he also takes that one extra mile. He goes also that extra mile for somebody that he's never met to reassure this lady that everything is okay. He does also take in a preaching role. I found that interesting, that he went on ahead and, encouraged the lady that everything is in God's hands and she should just, sit in prayers and, wait for the doctors to do their job, and everybody else is going to be there for both of them, both in Scotland and in Portugal. So when the guy calls me back, and I'm so grateful, and asked him, "So how can I transfer the money? Can you send me your account? I'm going to transfer the money." He said, "No, you don't need to transfer the money now because there's an operation. What you do, you wait. You wait, then we will clear this." So, okay, I'm waiting. And suddenly I look at my telephone because I downloaded this Yellow Pages website on my mobile phone. And I had already gone in and favorite this man's contacts. And what do I see? That he's gone over and updated the description of what he offers. And he's updated to say that he offers also telephone translations for immediate help for people in health and distress. So it was like you helped somebody, but you also helped another person indirectly by increasing their niche. So instead of him charging me, he calls me back and he tells me, "I've changed the description of my the services that I'm offering, because thank God to you, I can now be able to offer more in this direction. It is a niche that I never really thought about." So what does this tell us? If you give, you get back immediately. This guy gave his services by doing this translation, and I gave him, because of this connection, the idea of increasing his business perspectives, his business opportunities to his clients, and ultimately, of course, his income. So the law of abundance, which works very much with the law of attraction, requires that you really seriously look at what is it that you are adding all the time in somebody's life. If you're not adding value, then it's about time that you do. If you're only receiving value and you're not giving back value, it is time for you to revisit yourself, and to make sure that in anything that you do, that you are giving and you're receiving, and that there's not a discrepancy or a gap in between. So that was my little tip for you for today. I hope that you have enjoyed this. If you did, please share it around, let somebody else get it, and don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. More tips are obviously going to be coming, and also you'll find this video not only on my YouTube channel, but you can also find it on my website, holoman-elizabeth.com. Thank you very much.